Yes, 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 yes. Folks, the day is here. This is it. These are the last two Pokemon. These are the last two non-legendaries that we have to clean up. And then that's it. We're done. 100. Well, last stream I just wanted to shiny hunt, so I didn't make any progress. But after this, there are no more repeatable Pokemon. In theory, we could see more Espeon and Umbreon, so that's the only reason I'm doing this. Beyond this, I will literally count the weeks we have and see if we have enough time to do legendaries. I mean, we definitely have enough time, right? Like, we'll see. The walls are closing in on you. No, the only walls are those around your heart. Which is a, Okay, do we want to do Rhydon real quick? Let's do Rhydon, fuck it. We have plenty of time. That's a Halo quote. The only walls are around your heart. And it's sad, too, because that's Reach, I believe. And I just feel bad because Reach seriously might have been the first Halo game I really got into. I'm running out of games to escape your other games. Yeah, I actually am. No, he's not wrong. The walls are definitely closing in. Like, I could obviously play this every day, but do I gain anything from playing it every day? Not really. But, like, I can't imagine not streaming this game. Seriously, like, I've streamed it every single time I booted it. I don't think I've almost done anything in this game that wasn't streamed. So, like, for me, I'm gonna have to play Shadows. I'm gonna hate my life more than usual. Oh, by the way, I was supposed to bring Samurott. That was a mistake. I didn't bring Samurott. What the fuck? Where are they? Oh, they're further in. Okay. I mean, we don't have to, but if Weavile gets hit, Weavile's cooked. Oh, shit. Okay, let's see if I can outspeed them. Rhydon isn't particularly fast. I mean, think about it. Aren't you excited for Pokemon ZA this fall? We're gonna do 2 playthroughs of ZA, I'm not kidding. In the same way we're probably doing 2 playthroughs of this. I might actually put this in my Switch 2 to see how Pokemon Home interacts with 2 save files. I'll Google it, but I don't know how it works. So I'll have to see what happens. And then that's it. There will be no more non-legendaries. Maybe I'll do the legendaries as well. I keep saying it, I probably will. I'll level with you and play DMC2 every time you play this. I mean, I don't even think DMC2 is that bad of a game. I know, that's my controversial take. It's not a great game, but it's not as bad as people make it out to be. It is playable. It's just not balanced. The guns are just too strong in DMC2. I totally agree. That doesn't make the game unplayable. It just means that for people who are meta hoggers, there's just nothing better to do than to shoot the guns. But, you know, something tells me in 2003 or 2004 when they made Devil May Cry 2, they didn't give a fuck about whether or not they balanced the game correctly. Just saying. I don't think they gave 2 shits. I think they were just like, wow, we're actually making a fucking sequel to this Resident Evil knockoff. Because, yeah, it's DMC3, like he just said. It's DMC3 that really set the fucking bar. Which is ironic, because for me, it's DMC4. I kind of like Nero's playstyle. I just hate that DMC4 does not have a dodge button. It's like the dumbest shit imaginable. Like, really. That's why I like Bayonetta so much more, but Bayonetta games feel too short. Yeah, it never had a dodge button, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I kind of hate that it doesn't really have a dodge. Like, they give you a side roll, but, like, the side roll is just not good enough. I like that Nier and Bayonetta, the dodge, I've said this before, the dodge feels like part of your offensive arsenal, which is really cool about it. I'm on the wrong thing, by the way. Where was I again? There you go. There's not really much of a difference. Yeah, but the problem with side roll isn't the iframes, is that you don't get enough, like, you don't get distance, you know? That's really what I'm looking for in a dodge 99% of the time, is will I create enough distance from whatever I'm trying to get away with? Or get away from. That's the real problem. Like, yeah, iframes are nice and all that. It's like my biggest complaint of Bayonetta 1 are the enemies that you can dodge and they don't give you witch time. Now, I know there's ways around it. It's just not as clean as just a flat-out dodge button. It's just unbeatable dodge button. Just a designated button to get the fuck away from whatever's coming towards you. I don't think we're getting a shiny Rhydon, folks. Okay. Alright, let's think about this. We have Dark Pokemon. We have Umbreon. And we could change it to nighttime. I don't know if a lot of ghosts spawn here. I feel like, yeah, we could fight Bronzongs, but Bronzongs have good defense. But so do Duskulls. No, I feel like we should leave. Right? There's poison types. No, let's leave. Nier blink dodge is very niche. Yeah, and I think it shouldn't be niche. It's basically the same thing as Bayonetta. I mean, it's literally the same company. It's basically the same thing as Bayonetta 1 and 2's dodge. It's like, dude, no. Like Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2 especially do it so well. There you go. I forgot to change the time of day. Nightfall. Replicant, oh god, Replicant was alright. Like, I'm more grateful that they made it playable, you know what I mean? Like, it's definitely not the Nier game I would go back to. Not even saying that to be a hater. It's not like a bad game, it's just not a game I would be rushing to go back to replay, you know? Dark Pulse and Agile Style. Did we open these last time? Oh, fuck. No wonder nothing spawned. It's a hard, lengthy... Yeah, well, lengthy by PS3 standards. Yeah, but if Nier Replicant, what is it, came out... Well, we didn't get Replicant. We had the one with the dad, not the one with the brother. For what that's worth. I kind of wish they re-released both on, like, the same disc if you really wanted to play it, but I don't know. Maybe they just felt like Replicant... The brother just was better. Yeah, the brother one is better. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want the dad one to be lost to time in case anyone wants to play it. You know what I mean? That's like one of the few things I like about, what is it called? The Tactics remaster. I know it doesn't have the War of the Lions stuff, but I do like that you can play the original version as it was originally made, or the modern, you know, better version. I do still think that the biggest L about it is that they do not have the War of the Lions content. Even if they plan to sell it later, I think, and I disagree that they should, it would be nice if they communicated that intent instead of just leaving it ambiguous. I feel like someone at Square likes to re-release the absolute bare minimum versions of these games, which is not totally true because they changed characters and stuff in the Final Fantasy collection, the 1 to 6. They changed how certain characters work, which is good in that game, but bad here. So like Cyan does not operate the same way Cyan just operates differently because his original version sucks. Cyan is terrible in the original Final Fantasy VI. He's not terrible, but he's definitely a character that's low on the priority chart. Because they changed the way that his Bushido works, he's one of the best characters now because he just sits there and charges and you don't have to like stand on him constantly. And it's a huge positive change that they changed him in him. And I'm not mad about the change at all. I'm more mad that just the extra content from the GBA is not in. That's like my biggest complaint about the remasters for Final Fantasy 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 is that they are basically SNES perfect versions with a very small selection of changes. Whereas I think you could safely argue like the Zodiac Age is almost a guaranteed improvement on every single level compared to the original Final Fantasy 12. But my biggest complaint is that they do not have the original Final Fantasy 12 as even an unlockable mode that you could just dick around in, you know? Because it was a different style of game, and at that point, you know, like, I would have just preferred them to drop it and be like, yeah, you know, you guys want it, here's the original, here's Final Fantasy 12 Classic for like 20 bucks. Yeah, is it maybe a little overpriced at 20 when you could buy Zodiac Age? Sure, but if you wanted to play it, it technically would be there, and you could just mess around with it, call it a day. I do kind of feel a certain type of way about that when it's like, you know, you look at all these fighting game collections where they have every version of a game in it, you know, like Arcade Perfect and all this stuff, and it would be nice to have that. You know, I do think that there is something to be said about game preservation, and they definitely could meet us in the middle on that, for sure. America couldn't stand Bishonen at the time. I mean, I don't think they ever could. Remember, anime and Japanese-centric stuff was big, but it wasn't big like it is today. Like, nowadays, today, you could expect, like, some random, like, millennial, or especially some Gen Z, Gen Alpha kid or teenager to more or less know what the biggest anime at the time are. Back in the day, that wasn't really the case unless it was, like, Pokemon and maybe, like, emerging Dragon Ball. I think Naruto, like, everyone points to Cowboy Bebop, and that's true, right? But Naruto and, like, a little bit of Dragon Ball definitely heavily pushed this shit into the mainstream. To the point where now it's like everybody knows. And now here's the thing, I don't think people watch these series all the way through. I disagree with a couple people on that. I think what people do is they watch recaps. They watch TikTok recaps, they watch YouTube recaps, which none of which is like a very good substitute for watching it raw. And that's why when you go on Reddit, you have so many people, you know, making posts, and it's like, did you watch the show? Oh, I hate this shit, by the way, because now he gets to attack first. It's really bullshit. I'm on top of a cliff. You strayed too far, whatever. Don't get me wrong, some anime, it doesn't really matter what the plot is. Like, Pokemon, as much as I might be, like, revisionist history in Pokemon, like, I watched, what? I don't know how many seasons. I watched 3 regions, and I kind of quit at Hoenn, which definitely was not the play, and someday I will go back and correct that. Not to mention, they very unceremoniously sacked, like, almost the entire English dub of Pokemon, famously, or infamously, I guess. I left at X and Y. I left at Hoenn, which sucks, because, like, I just... Once they got rid of, like, Misty, Brock's still there, but once they got rid of Misty, I'm kind of just like, ah. You know, it was like, it's the camaraderie. You can't just get rid of people who've been there for, like, 3-4 seasons. Like, if you're gonna follow Ash, you gotta have, like, that good stuff that they could play off of each other with, you know? The VA choice is phenomenal for practically every character in the Japanese version. I mean, for me, it's more like... Because I like dubs. I like it. I enjoy it more when I listen to it in English. I don't enjoy anime when I listen to it in Japanese. That does not mean I will never watch a sub. That just means that I will prioritize for almost every anime watching it in dub. I do not enjoy listening to things in sub. It does not hit the same to me. And now, you know, there's a whole non-stop discussion rant about that, obviously. But I don't feel like I get as attached and as into it if I'm listening to it in Japanese. That's just my personal taste. And my very most controversial take. Because there are some dubs that are really good. There are dubs that are good, and people will never give them credit for it. I think that Naruto has a very, very good English dub, especially for the villains. The villains of Naruto are perfectly cast in almost every way. Let's see if I can do this before the sun comes up. Usually we cast villains really well in America. Alright, good. They're both in combat. Very nice. We're basically running the Pokemon Coliseum special right now. Doesn't affect me. I'm immune. I love Umbreon. Umbreon seriously is one of my favorite evolutions. The problem is it's very it probably is my favorite. I like how Glaceon looks, though. We need to get a Glaceon recolor. The thing is that shiny Dusclops is ass. I don't know why they didn't make it red. They need to make another Duskull evolution, and it's red, so I can evolve my Duskull. But yeah, not every anime is born the same. Not every anime is equal. I think video games do it pretty reasonable. What is he using? Oh shit. How much is that gonna hurt? Not much. Okay. I'm very defensive. Umbreon is a very tanky Pokemon. That is gonna hurt though. That's 50%, which is kind of ridiculous. Okay. Because I did that, I can now Agile Style. Very nice. There you go, get in combat before it leaves. Like, I thought that the English dub for Fire Emblem Three Houses and what was the other one? Xenoblade were very well done. And one of the things I liked is that some of the voice actors in Three Houses, and at least to my knowledge, most of the voice actors in Xenoblade were new. They didn't have like long track record histories. They didn't just hit up the same 20 people. It was like they gave random people a complete chance to shine. And to me, that was cool because it was well done. You know, you could tell that the people that were voice acting in those games were very talented. They were very good at what they did. I really liked the character's portrayal in both of those games. Mithr's English voice is spot on. Yeah, I think that all of them are. Noah, Mio. It's Nia, sorry. I merged them in my head for some reason. I thought they did a phenomenal job. Xenoblade's voice acting is very well done. Whoever is casting these people in Xenoblade, you should get a raise. You make sure you're getting the money, and obviously the people who are voice acting, you all make sure you're getting paid like really well, because you all do a great job, and whoever's scouting these people is doing a fantastic job, because it really adds to the immersion of the it's them. It really adds to the immersion of the game. I really enjoyed it. You know, and I know a lot of people automatically hate dubs. Not all dubs are bad. Not all dubs are ass. A lot of dubs are very well done. I'm sure if we rated subs, some subs probably suck, or some Japanese dubs probably suck. The problem is that I think they care more in Japan. So, for what it's worth, you know. I mean, basically, if you're not listening to it in English and Japanese, you're probably screwed, aren't you? I don't know if do they even do Spanish dubs for anime? Maybe a couple, right? Maybe like Dragon Ball. None. Totally by coincidence, I'm sure. Dragon Ball. I know Final Fantasy has a German and a French dub. I'm sure they do a great job. I don't speak German or French, so I cannot accurately rate anything. And honestly, most of the lines in English are fine. Even, like the worst thing is, obviously people will say, well, Clement is not very great. It's really more like just a handful of lines, and the character's writing is not very great. But yeah, like, I don't know. I don't really play a lot of games with terrible dubs. Game dubs usually are a bit better than anime dubs. Like, you could tell who really, who's really, I don't know. I think it kind of gets memed a little bit harder than it actually is. I think what's worse is the industry, where no one is allowed to have an opportunity to shine. I think that's worse, and what they did to Vic was awful, and what they did to Quentin Flynn is beyond fucked up. It's literally the definition of victim blaming. But, you know, like, outside of that... Oh yeah, you do know Mystical Fire. This is still gonna be a... What? Where the fuck do you come from? I'm weak to that. Hilarious. Yeah, dude, they gave Duskull a bug-type move, and as soon as you take it out of this game, it loses the move. Because of their stupid move-changing bullshit that they do in Pokemon Home. Which defeats the purpose of ever doing any special breeding ever again in any Pokemon game ever. It's the worst thing they've ever... It reminds me of how much I fucking hate Pokemon sometimes. One of the worst things they've ever done to Pokemon. Defeats the purpose of all the special breeding. Instead of making unique changes and tweaks to certain Pokemon, they're just like, well, every Pokemon just has its move pool changed. Like, okay, thanks, I guess. All those hours of breeding in Gen 7 were for fucking nothing. In Gen 4 and Gen 3. In Gen 6, I even did some breeding in Gen 6. I hatched that shiny Piplup ages ago with the Masuda method by complete accident and didn't even notice it until I almost traded it. Or I think I might have just been looking through my stuff. Yeah, that's a thing that happened ages ago. Like I said, stay up till like 4 in the morning to wonder trade with random Japanese players who already had Pokebank was an experience that can never be replicated ever again. You had to be there when Pokebank didn't exist in America for like 4 months, but it existed in Japan. So every Japanese player imported their entire arsenal of Pokemon. Meanwhile, every American player was still stuck with what they had. Good times. It was a fun time. I mean, what can I say? I look back on it kind of fondly. We're about halfway done, by the way. Like, no joke. We've only been around for 15-20 minutes. We're already halfway done, which is going to be great. Okay. Murkrow. Oh, I guess we could look through Murkrows. We kind of have to reset because I think most of the Pokemon I wanted to fight are gone now. I left for a few minutes. What am I ranting on? Nothing really. Nothing anymore. I already forgot. You're gonna have to rewind the stream. So you know it was good. I already forgot. Alright, let's look for a shiny, I guess. Since I've defeated all the Pokemon I could have used. Oh no, here we go. Here's one more. I have to see how many weeks we have. We probably have, what? It's mid-July. So we have, what? 2 more weeks of July, 4 weeks of August, and 4 weeks of September. Man, maybe I'll just keep doing this. Maybe we'll just keep doing it and we'll just pull out the legendaries and we'll just burn through the legendaries way faster. And then that'll just be streams for the next couple of weeks or months. Let's keep Pokemon in the rotation, maybe. Oh shit, there's some over here. Because we're already at 40 of 70, and then what's the other one at? Like, I think the same. So we only have 60 more moves, plus we have to do, like, 10 baby doll eyes each. And then that's it. It's beautiful when a plan comes together. I like how there's tons of ghosts and, like, very few fighting types. Your options for fighting type places are very limited in this game. Yeah, outside of like other things, there haven't been a lot of anime I've been watching recently. I don't know. Is it just like the big anime rush is kind of over? Because like a lot of the anime, I remember back in like 2013 to like 2015, like my friends and I, we would watch anime over Skype and shit. Nowadays, it feels like there just isn't like a lot of anime around to really watch. I don't know if that's just like me not looking anymore, or me just like really spending most of my anime time watching shonen. Who knows? I don't know. I just did it. I totally blanked. Oh, I have something horrific in my eye. It's insane. Damn! You saw that shit? That's terrifying. Fuck's sake. Alpha Starly. Anime is pretty ass right now. I don't know. I got plenty of stuff to catch up on, so fortunately for me, I got tons of stuff to watch and rewatch. Or, well, not rewatch, but just to watch. Burned through like 400 episodes of One Piece. Damn near almost 500 in the last like 3, 4, 5 months. Oops, I didn't agile it. And then there's other stuff I have to go back and watch. So, I mean, hey, it all works out, right? Are you weak? Yeah, Bug doesn't resist Psychic. Bug is just super effective against it. Yeah, it's not like back in the day. I remember when Index 3 came out, I watched it with Surge. That was like Christmas for him. That was a good time. I remember watching SSSS Gridman was a pretty good one. Trying to think, what else did I really like? When I got into My Hero and Black Clover in like the same week. Something like that. You gotta diversify it a little bit. But yeah, I just haven't watched as much. Just like how, you know, not a lot of games even need to come out because my backlog is so fucking massive. You know? Like, it's all good. Like, I don't need a billion games to come out every year. And, like, I have every incentive ever to want a bajillion games to come out every year. Because guess what that means? More videos, which means more content. So it actually would benefit me. But I frequently do things that are not in the best interest of the channel. But just because they're more fun for me. I mean, at these levels, we could pretty much fight anything. And Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out Friday. So I'll probably get that by Sunday, maybe, if I'm lucky. Saturday, Sunday. No, definitely Sunday or Monday. And then I'll put together that list probably tonight. Wait, what? Oh, shit. Wrong Pokemon. It doesn't matter, but wrong Pokemon, which is kind of funny. I think I double tapped in the last battle. All right, let's go back. We've kind of run around the whole area. Let's go back, change it back to night, rinse, repeat. Okay, this is good, depending how long the rain lasts. Wrong Pokemon, fuck! I'm gonna get Umbreon out the way as fast as possible. This is actually good. We get 2 usages. This is bad. Okay, it's not that bad. We need to get all the remaining evolutions, all the remaining types. Okay. We're done with Dark Pulse. He has to use 10 baby doll eyes, so we need to get him to 60 usages. You have to use 13, so we need to get them to 57. Alright, so actually Espeon is almost prepped and primed. We're almost done. So we have to use, what is that? 14 more Agile Styles. Okay, there's definitely 14 ghosts on this route, or on this path. Alright, and then after this we leave, we go fight Magikarps for like 10 minutes, and then that's it. We're already done. It'll be the fastest stream ever, because I kind of half did it last time, and these Pokemon have really easy Pokemon to find. True to Sinnoh, certain types just have really, really difficult times. God, that's how Sinnoh is, man. You want a fire Pokemon in a Sinnoh game, you're fucked. That's why Platinum is so much better than Diamond and Pearl. Even then, it wasn't great. But they dodge it in the remake, which is the one thing that the remake does that is just objectively better, is that there's actually, I think, a couple Pokemon there's a couple Pokemon pre-Elite Four that have... It's really kind of a shitty change, because it's Pokemon pre-Elite Four that have availability. But then post-Elite Four, because it doesn't have any of the Platinum shit, it's actually way worse. It's ridiculous. Game Freak and remakes, or rather, Pokemon remakes, because who knows who's really at fault, are usually pretty ass. They're pretty fucking bad. It's just kind of how it is. Which is why ZA is going to be peak, because technically I could import the Meganium that I've had since Heart Gold. That's going to be pretty fun. Oh no, but they might give it a special form. They might give it a Mega. I don't know if they've confirmed. I think they might have data mined the Megas or something. So there probably is going to be Mega Meganium, in which case it'll work. If it was a Pokemon that obviously has a special regional form, it wouldn't work. Alright, we get it to 60, and then we get... What did I say for Espeon? I forget how many usages we use for Espeon. Let me just go fight Magikarp. I don't think there's any Magikarps on this map. There might be, but I don't know where they are. We'll just go change area, because there's nothing happening here anyway. I also went through all of my Nintendo Powers. Well, I don't have any of those. My game guides. So one of the things I did is I organized them by series. They're in the other room now. They're not in this room anymore. And I have a lot. I have a duplicate of something. I forget which game in particular. Oh, dude, I didn't find my Smash Bros. One. Yo, I definitely have one for Smash. Oh, man, it is. You know what it is? It's probably gone. Probably someone threw it out. If I didn't find it, it's probably not there. I have to look, though. I didn't really look too hard, so it's possible maybe I leafed past it. But yeah, it's probably gone then. Now that I actually think about it, what can you do? Sorry, I only had to go to school for 8 hours. Who knows what people did with stuff when I wasn't there. Oh well. It's a shame they don't have like a big book collection of them. Someone would buy it. I'd buy that shit. In 2025, yeah, I'd buy it. A big ass compilation of like every single Nintendo Power and Nintendo Power guide. Wait, is it gonna say I'm too far? No, okay. Okay. I would we could fight this big Dusk Noir. It's not really worth it. These are the last two we need, so I'm just not gonna do it. And if the weather changes, they'll all respawn, which is more than enough. We only need one more. No, I have cleaned it the fuck out. Look at this. Never mind. Time of day shifted. That'll do it. Alright. You're prepped. Right? 10 usages were done. You have 13. So we need 7. Okay, we're set. Dude, I'm so happy. I'm actually so fucking excited. This is great. This is better than completing a Pokédex. Anyone can complete a Pokédex. Completing a Pokédex is literally just having a pulse and giving a shit. Unless you have to do weird trades and bullshit. You know, like, for me, I like to make a living dex, which is kind of annoying because they basically force you to buy both copies of a game. You know, because it's money. But, you know, I actually do enjoy creating living dexes. It's cool. It's like building out a museum. And so this game is obviously like the #1 contender for best game to make a living dex in, because it's basically something they want you to do anyway. And they want you to do it egregiously and aggressively. And we're done after 145 streams. I forget when we started completing the decks. It might have been like stream fucking like 60. I have no idea. I'd have to look. But, you know, after so many streams, dozens of streams, we're done. Hit up the legendaries, piecemeal it every so often. Just throw a couple legendaries out, done. It's beautiful. It's so nice when you accomplish something that you've been working hard at and pecking away at for so long, and then you're just there. It's like on the final day, you know how good you feel? You feel like, dude, what is even going on? Victory is within your reach. Hours, weeks, days. This is why you break things up. You don't just try to marathon something down non-stop, because that's how you burn out. And even then, I burnt out playing this game. Remember in this game, I didn't stream it for like 4 months? Something like that. You get on that final hump. After this, I gotta go do Sword Art. Definitely. It's gonna be my next pet project, is Sword Art, for sure. Since my Pokemon projects will more or less kind of retract. One more, hilariously enough. No, we'll use it to defeat the Magikarp. Yes, so we're actually done. We'll do Umbreon first. Alright, well, unfortunately, I didn't get to really look through the Murkrows. Yeah, they already flew away. Did they? No. There it goes, it's leaving. Rare, really rare to see that, actually. It's one of the few Pokemon that flies around that leaves depending on the time of day. That's not very common in this game. Very nice. You'll love to see it. Okay. We have to Agile style the final move. And if not, we just fight something else. We fight the other Magikarp floating in the river. Alright, in and out. Wow, nothing spawned twice in a row. That is statistically very unlikely. I think it's, what, a 40% chance for nothing to spawn? I forget what the odds are. The odds are very low. It's very rare that this happens. Okay. In fact, can we look up the odds while I'm wasting time? You know what it is? I have the stupid, Bulbapedia, and I have Cerebi open, which is hilarious. Let's see. There is a... Oh, no, I'm sorry. There's a 20% chance of a mass outbreak occurring, and then a 25% chance of a massive mass outbreak. I'm pretty sure that that is a collective 45% chance that anything happens ever in an area when you go to the map. So I rolled the 55%. Basically, I rolled 5 coin flips, a little bit better than that odds-wise, and they all came up tails, which is a no outbreak. And I did it twice. I flipped a coin and it landed heads, or it landed the same way 10 times in a row, effectively. A little bit, you know, obviously the odds are better than that, but that's more or less the rough estimate. You get some crazy... insane odds. I get crazy insane odds. Could you imagine that? Imagine flipping a coin and it lands heads 10 times in a row. You'd start picking lottery numbers. You'd be like, what? Amazing. No and no. Okay. Something about that tickles the gambler in my brain. And the best part is this game is, well, it's not free, but I bought it like 3 years ago at this point, so it effectively might as well be. Could you imagine, dude? Oh. Just like that time we pulled 2 shinies out the same we pulled 2 shinies out the same event twice. For sure. We've done that before. Yes, we definitely have. And we've seen 2 shinies spawn at the same time in the overworld. That actually happened on a relatively recent stream. A shiny Hippowdon and a shiny Hippopotas at the same time. That actually can occur. It's just, obviously, very statistically unlikely to occur. It's beautiful to watch the odds in real time, and you don't have to, like, walk through grass to see it. Oh, there's an Eevee. Sadly, it's not shiny. Anything that's not Bidoof, I'll take. And Wurmple, ideally, is not great, but I'll take anything that's not Bidoof. This might be the most satisfying game to shiny hunt in, ever. Poker Radar is a close second. Poker Radar really is like the ultimate cheese, because with that 5% chance, it's pretty much goated. 5% to guarantee it, well, you know, it's not guaranteed. You could do it technically on your first, which happened to me. But, you know, 5% to guarantee max odds is not terrible. That means that 1 out of every 20 Poker Radar chains will last long enough to give you a decent shiny. Some people don't go all the way to max odds, and I don't blame them. I do. I'm insane like that. My inner gambler will literally make me run into another patch of grass unnecessarily at 39 out of 40. And then I will absolutely curse the day I was born for making such a stupid, awful decision. I will absolutely do that and break my chain at 39 out of 40. I will totally do that. And it will happen again, for sure. Shit. I fucked up. I'm too busy yapping. I'm gonna have to do one extra. Okay, so we'll get 10 out of this, and then I have to reload and do one extra. That's basically it. Those are your shiny hunting odds. Because you can't really... I don't know. Hopefully Legend ZA will keep the shiny sparkle, which might be the biggest dopamine release into my prefrontal cortex I could possibly stomach without my brain exploding out my head. Just one of those things. I'm a dopamine chaser, yes, but when I hear, how could you not? Someone put a lot of work into... I love it. It's the only good thing that I have to do in this game anymore. Actually, wait, no, we still get 10 usages. No, we don't have to do anything. We get 10 usages. It doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. Technically, we get 11 usages and 10 agile styles, because you can agile style on one PowerPoint. There you go. Alright, nothing is fucked up. Everything's fine. Switch. Baby doll. Whoop. Pokemon found in a... Okay, hold on. Let me read this. If a location in a massive mass outbreak initially has a star, then it will spawn Pokemon in 2 waves. After clearing all Pokemon in the first wave, a second wave will spawn with Pokemon that are either evolved versions of the original wave, with a small chance for any to be an alpha Pokemon, one of the species from the first wave, but always as an alpha Pokemon, or both. Okay, if the second wave consists of evolved versions, the map icon for the location will change to reflect this. The star will remain present on the map during the second wave. A clear location that does not have a barrier or star has a chance to nonetheless produce a second... What? Wait, really? Have I ever seen that? A cleared location that does not have a berry or a star has a chance to nonetheless produce a second wave? In either case, Pokemon found during a second wave will have at least 3 perfect IVs of 31. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. That's some crazy shit to know. All Pokemon found in massive mass outbreaks will be at least 60 unless the Pokemon species is one that evolves at a specific level. They'll be found 1 to 3 levels under... Oh, that's nice of them, actually. Holy shit. Oh, I did not know that. That's awesome. For example, with the Shiny Charm, and therefore all research task bonuses, wild Pokemon have a shiny rate of 0.17%. Pokemon in a mass outbreak have 0.78, and then Pokemon in a massive mass outbreak have a ratio of 0.4 or a rate of 0.46%. See, we're cooking. Now we have the percentages. I don't have to scream the stupid other bullshit. I'm gonna put that on the screen someday when I play this game. I'm gonna type that shit out. I really should, actually. I should have done that ages ago, but I'm lazy. It's like my kryptonite. doing effort. I'm gonna make a Google document. Wait, what the fuck? Did I not count correctly? Oh, I wasn't done. Oops. I have to reload. Whatever, there's another one. That's fine. Wait, what about Umbreon? Did I fuck this up? No, Umbreon's done. Oh, I forgot. Espeon needed to reload. Yeah, it needed 13. Oh, I forgot. Whoops. I assumed they were both at the same amount. It's whatever. It's not a big deal. I totally, like, zoned out. I did not know they came with 3 perfect IVs. That's really good. If you were to trade them out. Because there are no... I don't think there's IVs in this game, right? I think there's just the DVs. Which is why Pokemon are identical at max level. If they have everything else done, they have the same stats. Yeah, it sucks. Cornitos and Shieldon cannot have mass outbreaks. That sucks. Because they appear exclusively... There's 4 categories of Pokemon that can never have a massive mass outbreak. Wait, I've seen Hisuian Bravery have a... I've seen Hisuian Bravery have an outbreak. We've done it before. What? Am I losing my mind? Or am I misreading this? Pokemon that normally spawn only during the day or night can have an outbreak at any time of day. Yeah, we know that. Okay. Let's grab these packages. Yeah, I'm not sure what they mean by this. I'm on the mass outbreak page on Bulbapedia. We've done Hisuian Bravery. It doesn't appear as a Pokemon species that exclusively appear flying in the overworld. We have definitely seen that before. Where is it? Down here? There you go. Oh, you're welcome, Red. Of course, Red would never get ambushed and drop his pack. The Pokemon will drop whatever they're doing instead, because that's just how Red is. Hinata, okay. We go from one thing to another, directly combo it into a Naruto fan. Well, I guess not necessarily. It is a name before it was a Naruto character. Yeah, Gyarados can fly. Okay. All right, we already checked everything, I believe, so we could leave. And we're done. Beautiful. Yeah, they took away the Pokedex line where Umbreon's supposed to have, like, poisonous skin, or, like, I think poison it could secrete. I think they removed that. Probably confusing. It's like, oh, well, it's like a poison Pokemon. Sliggoo. And, what's the other one? Sliggoo and, Happiny? Well, Happiny is easy to clear out. That's exactly why I'm doing it first. Happiny, you could just make it run. Isn't this the one on the far right of the map? That little island area? Yeah. What a pain in the ass. Alright, well, in the meanwhile, we can really briefly Very unfortunate. Okay. Alright, whatever. I knew one of them was up in the Temple of Sinnoh. I'm not going up there. That package is just gonna have to disappear. Fuck that. I'm not doing it. Oh my god! Very nice. Okay. Run. Booga booga. Hi. Booga booga. Maybe we'll just keep that. I kind of want to know if we have a shiny Sliggoo. What does a shiny Sliggoo even look like? Hisuian Sliggoo, mind you. That's it. Alright, you know what? I don't even really want to go back. I saved, I don't want to do it. Keep my life simple. Let's move on. Let's roll the dice again. I'm really going to ask myself why I caught an Alpha Happiny in the future. So maybe next week, I'll look through the legendaries, I guess, when I'm done here. I mean, technically, we're done. We already finished it. We could just shiny hunt a little bit. Ooh, shit, I'm doing Yamma. Yeah, Mega. I'm not even saving. Yep, no worries, Narg. You have a good one. No, what Pokemon do I want to replace? Samurai. Yeah, let's swap out for Samurai. Not you. Let's swap out for Samurott. Nice brain melting games. This is like turn off your brain. This is brain preservation. But yeah, I feel you. There you go. Drop it there. I don't know why you're here. I think we found the Paris first, and then the Tangela. Okay. Where the hell is that Samurott? Yes. Who are we getting rid of? I don't want to get rid of the Umbreon. I gotta see what moves they can learn. Oh, this is a cope fest right now. I'll get rid of Glaceon. Wow! That's my fault, and it still scared me. We have an aerial ace on this, right? Oh, fucking hell. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Someone has to have aerial ace on my team. What is even happening with your moves? I have to completely change something about you. Yeah, why the hell does it have Iron Tail? Iron Tail is probably one of the worst. I wonder what steel moves there even are in this game, but why does it have Iron Tail? I guess for fairies, because it's a dark type, but I don't think we're going to ever really encounter fairies in the overworld. There's not a lot of fairies in the Sinnoh decks. Kind of the consequence of adding a type in Gen 6, pretty much. Oh, they all aggro. Is that? I forgot how they work. Okay. Yeah, but they don't enter combat together. That's what I'm remembering. They don't. Okay. Maybe I'll use Aerial Ace more on Gallade. Whatever. Ooh. Was it a big Samurott I used? I don't even remember. It's been too long. And then we can evolve Glitch and see what moves we could give it. Probably like Thunderbolt and shit. We'll do that when we go back to base, I guess, since we're totally done. See what moves we give Espeon, Umbreon, Glitch. Samurott we've already done that for. I've already coped with Cyndaquil long enough. So probably, like, I don't know. Like, I could always bring my Cyndaquil with me, but, you know. Definitely the worst starter in this game. By far. Nothing would have beaten Samurott. Samurott would have been like uncontested on everything besides Hisui and Voltorb. And Hisui and Electrode. Because I don't even think you fight Lilligant, do you? I don't think you do. You might. I don't think you do, though. You would have been good against the trio. You would have been good against pretty much everything in the game. Biggest playthrough L until picking Chikorita and ZA. Okay, done with that. Get used to him saying that there's nothing to report, because unless we actively bring a legendary out, he will never say something again about oh, you have something to report. He will never say that again now, because there's literally no wild Pokemon we can encounter that we have not seen everything for. What does she want again? What does she want? Seeds of Mastery? No. Money. She wants money. Okay, we will master Aerial Ace. Yeah. Alright, you gotta be able to learn some shit. Thunder Punch, oh lord. Well, Dazzling Gleam, it's the usual. Not exactly batting a billion here. We'll grab Tri-Attack, fuck it. We have so much money, it doesn't even matter. And I haven't even sold anything. We're not gonna get the punches, because a 50 base power 50 base power special is probably going to be better than a 75 base power physical on Kadabra. Yeah, look at the difference in special. There's no way that it scales, and I haven't even fed Glitch anything at all. Okay. Umbreon learning Psychic and Shadow Ball, what might be one of my favorite things of all time, even though he's a physical attacker. Even though look at this, even though he's a physical attacker, like, all of his good moves are special, pretty much. I mean, that might be one of my biggest complaints about Umbreon Swaps, its offensive and defensive stats. Funnily enough, that would make him actually really good. It just takes one turn to set up. But is that even worth it? Like, see, that's the thing, though. Is that even worth it? In this game, not really. Like, we're never going to fight something... If I'm using Umbreon, it's because I know it's either immune to its moves or it's tanky enough. Like, you don't have to do that. And anything that's threatening to him is going to one-shot or two-shot him anyway, and we don't have the speed to compete with things on its level. So it's like, it's kind of a bait move. It's not great. It's not good enough. I'll learn it, but it's not really good enough to use in actual combat. Same fucking moves. But Zen Headbutt. Okay, were there any other Pokemon I actively use? I guess Sylveon. Oh no, here's Glaceon. There's not a lot of moves though. You're a special attacker, yep. The usual. Iron Tail. If it's a rock type we're fighting, we already have Water Pulse. That's really it. Oops. I don't think you can move them, right? No, you can't. Alright. We could master a couple moves. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Okay. Dark Pulse is obviously good. Oh, you already knew Giga Impact. Oh, then why the hell I teach Hyper Beam? Guess we just give it Psychic. Umbreon's not fast enough to really make good use of that in this game. Okay. I guess we evolve you as well. There you go. Don't need teleport. I have never changed your moves. That's hilarious. We don't need to know recover. Let's see. Okay, Shadow Ball is good because it can hit ghosts. Psychic is good. Charge Beam can hit water. And Dazzling Gleam is good against dark. So we have a little bit of coverage. Energy Ball might be a little bit better because what is that good for? Flying? Charge Beam is good for flying. Ironically, Psychic is good against fighting and poison. So the only thing Glitch wouldn't be good against if I got rid of Psychic is poison. Yeah, but it's also the strongest move because it has Stab. So maybe we just don't use Charge Beam unless we absolutely run into something. And then we have Tri-Attack. Tri-Attack just has low priority because it's just a normal type move, and we don't really need to inflict status ailments in this game. Like, you just kind of don't. It doesn't add anything. Baby Doll, Dazzling, and probably Hyper Beam. Like, Espeon is markedly faster, so technically we could give it... we don't need Quick Attack. Quick Attack is kind of cope. We want these things to be literal cannons, so we don't want all that. Alright, let's go buy a link cable. I don't need to buy one probably, but I will. Because you're right here. Okay. And then we'll upgrade Glitch, and we kind of need to upgrade all of them. If you're wondering why it's called Glitch, a couple streams ago, I stood perfectly behind this thing where it kept trying to teleport, but it never fled. It's more like an exploit, but Glitch sounds like a better name. And I usually never nickname any of my Pokemon, ever. There you go. No need to up attack. We'll never use it. Okay. You're already 6. And the exact same line of thinking over there. You're already 6. 1, 2, 3. You're never gonna have a really high attack health stat, I don't think. Best we could maybe hope for is like 300 something. I have to figure out where we farm pebbles from. I kind of forget. It's been a while since I've done any of this. There's definitely got to be an optimal way to do it. I just don't know what it is. Alright, we're not... I don't really like massive mass outbreaks because you can't get any really good Pokemon from them. So I would rather just try to farm Eevee. Like, technically just... that's not totally great, but, you know, it really is just what you want. As you like it. Yeah, I think Bulbapedia is wrong. I think you can't have a Hisui and Bravery outbreak, right? I had it last stream. I think that might be one of the few exceptions. I feel like that's not correct. Okay. Might be better to go to Lake Verity first. Could be doing this wrong. Or at least in a suboptimal way. But yeah, I think for the first couple legendaries, I probably should do Fion and Manaphy. That would be like the first. I think Fion can respawn, maybe. I should probably check that. I think I read that somewhere. I don't know how true. I don't know how true that is. Because technically you could get infinite Fions, you can't get infinite Manaphys. It's so ridiculous. Okay. Right? Oh, I almost dropped it. Fion respawns in the cave after being caught, so technically speaking, we can farm Fion. That is, I technically have one more Pokemon. I don't know why it's even considered to be a legendary or a mythic or whatever the fuck it is. Honestly, sometimes I feel like these mythical Pokemon are just normal Pokemon that they reserved to generate hype and sell products. Seriously. I think they wanted to do the same thing for Chimecho, but it didn't. For some reason, they were just like, yeah, fuck it. It's not worth it. My only evidence is that it's the last Pokemon by index in Gen 3. Even after Darkrai, sorry, even after Deoxys. So, very interesting how that happened. I'm sure there's a great story behind it. We'll never know. If it wasn't in the leaks, we'll never know. The greatest story never told. They really respawn here? What the fuck? I've been lied to. It's an Octillery. Why are you here? Thank you for making me roll towards him. Really appreciate it. Alright, let's get out of here. How the hell does Fion respawn? Oh, it's 2%? Oh, get the fuck out of here. Is it... It's a 2% chance to be Fion and then a 98% chance to be Octillery. Probably every time you come into this area. Like, you have to reload it. Are you serious? Actually, it's even worse than that. It's a 1.94% chance. There's no chance for it to be an alpha. Farmable Fion. Yeah, 2% chance isn't terrible. Anywhere from 1 to 3 Octillery can spawn in this cave, but if Fion spawns, it's the only thing that spawns. There can also be Fion and Octillery, apparently, according to other people. This is a 2-year-old posting. I didn't know. That's crazy, actually. Interesting. Yeah, that's what someone said there, too. That's interesting. I never knew. Alright. Well, I mean, technically speaking, then we could farm Fion, so I guess I'll do that next time. We'll level that fucker up. Or rather, we'll complete its dex. Yeah, and Mega again. I certainly was not going to do Staraptor. What did I give you? I use Samurott. Alright, this will probably be one of the last ones. We'll probably be done after this. It'll be 11. I'm not tired of the game. I just want to go do other stuff. I have to finish leveling in fucking WoW Classic, man. Think about it. And the next time we'll do Fion, which is going to be great. 2% isn't terrible, especially given it's a rare and you can't breed in this game. It just really sucks because I was kind of hoping. I was like, oh shit, maybe it's like You know, maybe it's guaranteed. Nah, if it was guaranteed, I feel like I would have heard about it. Yeah, I probably would have heard about it already. But Fiona's always been kind of like a worthless Pokemon, not in the sense of stats or anything, but just because it's so common. Because you could just breed an infinite amount of Fiones and none of them can evolve into Manaphy. I think Manaphy is alone among mythical Pokemon because of that, because it's the only one that can breed at all, and nothing else can breed. Wonder what the reasoning for that is. Who knows? That's it. All right. That is it. Very nice. Well, I think I have to change the title from 224 of 224 to 1 of 17, because there's only 17 more Pokemon we do not have completed in the decks. Every normal Pokemon is now completed. This is every Pokemon that you can farm, except for Fione, which they obviously only expect you to catch 1 of, which is nice. As you can see, not going to be very difficult. Zen Headbutt, Water Pulse. I don't even know what Take Heart is. It might be a healing move. Strong, agile, blah, blah, blah. So we'll probably do Fione and Manaphy next time. And then we'll see where we go from there. We have the Forces of Nature. None of them seem terrible besides the Willpower Trio. The Willpower Trio seems to be the worst because they have 70 and 40. So that's going to be 110 moves apiece. Everything else is reasonable. Like 65 moves on Regigigas might be bad because it is slow start in this game. 65 moves on Heatran because there's not really a lot of Pokemon to fight for a... Well, it's at least Steel type, so as long as we don't get hit with a ground move, we're pretty alright. Dialga, Palkia, 80 moves. Not bad. Obviously, we could change them into their incarnate forms or whatever they're called. Giratina, if we find a shiny Giratina in another game, we could freeze the fucking game because they never patched that. I don't know why that specifically works. Only if it's a shiny Giratina and only if it uses Phantom Force. Shadow Force. But however they work that out, that's how that interaction works. So, alright, I want to thank Narc for showing up. Thanks everyone else for watching. Let's hop out of here. I'm done. Have a good one. Very nice.